Oi gente, tudo bem?
Oi gente, tudo bem? Hoje eu vim aqui, como vocês podem ver, com o Graham. E tem muita gente perguntando como é que é pra ele estar aqui no Brasil, o que ele tá sentindo, com o que ele tá trabalhando. Então nada melhor do que ele mesmo vir aqui e falar isso. Então, people have been asking me how you feeling here in Brazil after 1 year here. Actually, it's a little bit more than a year. So how you feeling? What's different from Ireland? Like mainly, what's more like, oh, this is different from Ireland?
The thing that's most different is the temperature. Or I don't know actually, is that the most different thing? The temperature, the size of the city is incredible. What else is different? Being able to work as a teacher is a great experience. Getting around can be kind of crazy because the city's so big, but we have Uber here, we don't have in Ireland. The metro is great in Sao Paulo, it's very quick. It's great here, it's a great experience, and I feel like I've grown a lot and learned a lot since I've come here. Safety can be an issue, everybody's telling me to be safe, but I think if you know the rules, it's a fantastic place to live. But Brazil is really, or Sao Paulo anyway, is about diversity, because there's so many beautiful places here, but there's a lot of problems too, a lot of poverty, and just so many people living here. But it's kind of mind-blowing, but it's a fantastic experience to come here as an Irish person. And I've learned a lot in the year that I've been here. And I have a good job, I like the job, teaching private classes. If you come from Dublin to Sao Paulo and stay here for a year, there's a lot to learn. And it's fun too, it's a novelty. Sometimes it feels like a dream here. And when I first came here, it kind of felt like everything was just taken and thrown up in the air and it came back down random. It feels like a dream sometimes. It still feels like a dream even after a year. The thunderstorms that we've been having this time of year, we have thunderstorms almost every day.
What would you say to an Irish person that's to come to Brazil? Because now there are loads of girls that are married to Irish guys. So what would you say to them that they would help them to when they first get here?
When you first get here, I don't know. Like everybody has their own situation. You need, like it's like anywhere else. You need some money to get an apartment. There's loads of work here for if you want to teach. There's loads of work here. I don't know if you speak Portuguese, you probably have more options. But even if you don't speak Portuguese, you can work as a teacher. Seemingly, there's like people crying out for teachers, for private teachers. So there is loads of work in that regard. Be conscious of safety, but at the same time, it's not like people are lovely. The majority of people are really helpful and normal and even in better form than they tend to be in Ireland. And maybe it's just because I'm a foreigner, but people have a lot of time for foreigners here. Just because the place is ugly and run down doesn't mean it's dangerous, is a thing, you know. Some of the place can be quite intimidating.
Ow, I'm gonna kill you!
Do we start this now because they're revving an engine?
Right
Actually,
on my
he's
video.
I think he's going to stop.
Oh, thank you!
That Brazil gets a bad, unfair representation abroad, and working with Brazilian people too, you see that they appreciate getting to know foreigners and getting to know about your country and everything. People like this here, but at the same time, everybody says the same thing about security. You need to be careful, because if you do get robbed, it can be quite extreme with the guns, and it can be just as dangerous in the United States for guns and crime or whatever. That's another thing that's been in my head, is at night time when you see all the lights in the buildings going off to the horizon, it's like a futuristic movie. Like it's hard to wrap your mind around this when you're Irish, because we don't have that scale in Ireland. I think the scale is quite shocking, because particularly if you see those lights at night time and it just keeps going and going and going as far as you can see, these huge buildings. That's incredible. I still can't get used to that. If I go now and look out the window, it blows my mind. It's a weird thing, because you'd be amazed what you can get used to. I suppose people say that all the time, because you come here from Dublin, it is fucking mad. It is mad. The first 2 weeks are like a dream. You feel like a dream. I felt like I was dreaming, and I'm not. I mean that literally. Just looking out the car window and you're like, what the fuck happened to reality? And because the road, particularly where we were, the roads go up and down and all over the place, and it's just mad.
So that's it. I'm going to speak Portuguese now, okay?
Okay.
Espero que ele tenha respondido as perguntas de vocês, algumas das, né? Se você tem mais pergunta, deixa aqui nos comentários do vídeo, que eu posso voltar com ele, mais um vídeo aqui do Veda para responder essas perguntas. E é isso então, se você gostou desse vídeo, não esquece de avaliar, de deixar o seu joinha aqui embaixo. Se você ainda não é inscrito no canal, não deixe de se inscrever. E a gente se vê amanhã. Um beijo, tchau, tchau!
Tchau, tchau!